Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Well. I am well. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. I don't know why I'm sort of whispering. I'm not whispering. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. In fact, I had such a good, fantastic weekend that I didn't pay attention to any news. I just said, nope, we're not leaving. I didn't even look at X one time. I didn't look at my Twitter feed. I didn't look at news articles. I didn't look at anything. I did nothing until this morning when I briefly glanced over what was there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. All I'm going to do today is have some fun. Well, not fun. We're going to make some sausage, okay? If you don't know what I mean, I'm going to just go through a few of my favorite, sites, news sources, blogs, whatever, on the conservative side, some of my favorite conservative blogs and news places. And we're going to pick out an article and we'll go through it. Because I just, I saw the McDonald's thing, this thing here. And, oh my God, the salt coming from the left on just, obviously it's a stunt. And he never said it wasn't. But boy, oh boy, they just don't understand it. They just don't get it. They were complaining that it was staged. Yeah, no shit, it was staged. Did you actually think it was going to work at a McDonald's for a day? No, they made fries for his constituents. Some paid the McDonald's to close the place, and they did it. And they're just so salty about it. And that's like just, saltier than the normal fries. And it was just, it's funny to me how I come on to X and there's just people bitching about it all over the place. It's unbelievable. So, and oh my God, they're just apoplectic. But the people see it and they're just like, oh, it's kind of funny for him to do that. It's classic Trump shit. So anyway, thanks for the people already tweeting out the show. Share your gospel, Somnambule Nation, Mr. X51. I think that's everybody so far. If you haven't done that yet, please go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and say hi and get going. Because today I don't even know where this is going because I didn't watch the news. Nothing. I saw part of a football game, but you know what we did? I'll tell you what we did this weekend, and it was great. It was fantastic. Lady Boomer and I, first we drove to New Ulm, Minnesota, which is about an hour and a half from here, right? And the reason we did this, because, we drive somewhere every weekend just to get away. It's like having a one-day vacation every weekend, and sometimes we do it for 2 days, whatever. So we drive to New Ulm, Minnesota, because someone she works with, her dad lives there, and there's this really good bakery there, right? Now, first we were going to go to a place, it's called Nicollet, Minnesota, and there's a meat market there. Really, I was shocked when we got there how busy it was. This little town of 800 people, the meat market has like 50 people, and they're all buying stuff. So that's where we were going to originally, but then her friend said, oh, well, if you're going to Nicollet, you might as well drive to New Ulm and check out this bakery too. And so we went to this little German bakery, nice, lovely pastries and whatever. The town is an old town. I mean, it's been there since I think it started in 1860-ish or whatever. Most of the buildings in downtown are still the original buildings built between 1860 and 1890 with some additions. It's a lot of little history in the town. And so we walked around there, had lunch at this German restaurant that had we had pork schnitzel and German potato salad, warm German potato salad. And they had these pickled beets that were served warm, and I hated beets when I was a kid, but these were delicious. I really liked them. It was really good. And then we went and drove through a state park because it's fall colors time too. Full fall colors right now in this southern Minnesota now. We went up to northern Minnesota last weekend. This week we went to southern Minnesota where the leaves are all just beautiful colors and stuff. Drove through a state park, and then came back, went to the meat market. Then we went back and toured a brewery, August Shell Brewery. It's been, I think it's 1881. This brewery's been there since 1881. and did a sampler, and then we drove home. And then yesterday we drove down US Highway 61 between Red Wing, Minnesota and Winona, which is the most beautiful drive in America. Now, you're probably going, wait a minute, how can you claim that? Well, it says on the signs it's the most beautiful drive in America. And believe me, I've driven the Pacific Coast Highway. I've driven through the mountains of West Virginia, driven through the mountains in Colorado and Wyoming and whatever, driven so many different places. And this is, especially in the fall, when it's just full fall colors, man. I mean, it was just, and so Highway 61, you're driving down, like it goes along the Mississippi River. And actually, Highway 61 goes all the way from Minnesota to New Orleans, basically traversing down near the Mississippi River. But this part of the drive is just right against the river. So you got the river on one side, and then you got these huge bluffs on the right as you're driving south. These huge bluffs, like just it looks like you're driving through like mountains, but you're not. You're driving through these huge bluffs that are just filled with trees that are all changing colors right now, fall colors, beautiful. And then you get and then you go down when you get to Winona. There's a park. I can't remember Galpers something park, whatever. It's an overlook park. So you go up, you get 500 feet above the city, and the city between the highway and the city, there's this big lake, and so it looks like the city's on an island. And then you see the river on the other side of it, and you just see this from 500 foot perch in the air, on this bluff. They have this little park up there, and you have the little overlook, and it's just gorgeous. And you're just like, just doing that was worth the drive. And then we drove home through the other stuff. So that was cool. That was my weekend. And I didn't pay attention to the news. I didn't care. But since what I do here is care about the news, we're going to talk about the news and what we can find. So before I do that, of course, I have to say hello. First in the chat, of course, is Mr. Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. Whoa, what happened there? There we go. Congratulations, sir. Also, thank you, Trippy Liberty, also, and Mike Savage. Hit that let's go. Oh, I didn't even tell you to say let's go, did I? Reply to the, here, let's get the tweet out here, because you got to say hello or let's go. Here's the tweet. I'm not going to even mark it. There you go. Click that and open a new window. Type let's go and reply. Also, we're Mike Savage blog. I think I said that twice. Number one is in the house. Unacceptable Views, my other favorite Canadian. Also, JB is here. Hello. Sure You Gospel. What up? Tyler F. Oh, that scrolled a little farther than I wanted it to. There we go. Where's having a Tyler F? Where you at? Holy shit, that went a long way. Sure You Gospel. Oh, Jackals Freudstein's here. Good morning. Mrs. Hayes. Good. There's a song in there somewhere. Every time I see the name, Mrs. Hayes is in my brain. Maybe that's it. Also, good morning, Ravon Harris, Green Badger Outdoors. Tribute Liberty, what's up, my brother? Good morning, Attack Alpaca. And my favorite Canadian, Jaeger Pony. My favorite Canadian and my other favorite Canadian are here. And that's about it. So we got a few people here. Hit the like button. There's enough to, there's 22 people here and only 10 likes. Let's fix that. Fix that right now. Take care of it before you forget. It's just, you don't want it to slip your mind. You don't want to go, oh, I forgot to hit the like button and now I can't find the video. Today's coffee is brought to you by Split Rock Lighthouse. Out on Lake Superior. You can't really see it because there's a lot of green in this picture, and my green screen makes it look like there's something you're seeing through it. But Split Rock Lighthouse, one of the most famous lighthouses in the Great Lakes. Beautiful on a giant cliff overlooking Lake Superior. Beautiful lighthouse, like this yellow brick, and the lighthouse grounds. Great. It's a great little park too. You can go tour the lighthouse grounds because now it's mostly automated. They don't have to go out there with candles anymore. So there you go. Have I missed anybody? Everyone's here. No, it looks like everybody's here. We're good to go. All right, let's get into some news. Now, I don't even have trending topics lined up. I said this is truly winging it today. And so I'll glance at the trending topics on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. But I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time on them. So we'll just we'll do that, and then we'll do some articles. But the best thing though, the funniest thing, these people are salty about President Trump doing this McDonald's thing. I mean, here we got, this is McTriggered. That's a good name for it, because they're just losing their minds. And these people, they got people, Joe Walsh here bitching about Russia, and now breaking Kamala Harris is going to do Five Guys today. Unclear if she will also visit a burger joint. Oh, no! That was okay, I should have read that before I said it. I just saw it. Damn. Here, I need one of these. Ooh. So anyway, let's look at the trending topics. And we'll go to the Explore tab and hit trending right here. 2 years of okay, I don't care about that. I don't want to overreact. Okay, McDonald is trending like number 3, and it's all about Donald Trump and McDonald's. And some people are mad. A lot of the lefty influencers or the paid shills or whatever are really super salty about this McDonald's thing. Oh, it wasn't really open. It was closed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because the Secret Service is going to just let them do a random McDonald's, thing. So anyway, someone here says, this Green Lives Matter, Ultra Frog. Kamala Harris lied about working at McDonald's, so the most powerful man in the world. Well, he's not right now. But just worked the drive-through shift just so he could say he worked 15 more minutes of fast food than her. He's running one of the best and most comical campaigns I've ever seen. We will never have another Donald Trump. So here he is.
Tell you what, it's a great franchise. It's a great company, and they've been very, very nice. And if you look at really what's happening, look at the crowd over there. Look how happy everybody is.
It's funny.
They're happy because they want hope.
So across the street from this McDonald's was just lined with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Trump supporters. Oh wait, I missed. What did he say? Hang on.
Are you going to put this on your resume? You have worked at McDonald's. What does working the fryer tell you about the people of Pennsylvania? Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus...
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your resume?
Okay, these are the questions.
Why would she lie about something like that? Well, be put on your resume.
Whether she lied about it or not.
Why would she lie about that?
Okay. Okay, so whoever that reporter was really upset. And you know what? So the McDonald's Corporation apparently, or somebody at McDonald's sent them a letter that they didn't have any record of a Kamala Harris working for McDonald's. But again, McDonald's is, franchises. The giant franchise owners own 10, 12, 15, 20 McDonald's. She could have worked for any one of the franchises. I don't, but I think the fact that she at some point made a big deal trying to be the common person to say she worked at McDonald's really doesn't mean anything. Like, and did she need to work at McDonald's? Who knows? But this is just funny. And it's typical Donald Trump, and I don't really care. I don't care if she worked at McDonald's or not. Let's see though. Some other people. Oh, I can't believe Donald Trump would stage a photo op at McDonald's for political purposes. Who would do such a thing? And I got to tell you, as if so those videos of Kamala getting the call from Joe Biden for being to be his running mate. Do you think that was a real call, or do you think that was staged? Do you think the call that Joe Biden stepping down and Kamala had a video of her talking to somebody about, she's gonna step up? Do you think that was real? No, that was staged. Do you think any of these, the call to Tim Walz, where hi Kamala, I'm Tim. It's Tim Walz. Do you think that was staged? These people bitching about things that are staged? They're fucking lunatics. Hello, Andrew Thorson. No juxtaposition intended. So anyway, RFK, when he watched Trump feed people McDonald's today, yeah, RFK is probably not happy about that. And then also one of the people that stopped at McDonald's, I saw this earlier today, was a Brazilian immigrant talking about how he loved how he loves Donald Trump. I'm like, or, you know, he was very, very friendly. So here it is.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Please,
good.
please,
We're
please.
gonna
I
make
didn't
it
see
better
this
than
one.
ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr. President.
Compliments of Trump.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you over there. How you doing?
Oh my God.
Have a good time.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see
You
you.
too.
Bye,
Nice to
darling.
see you.
I mean, this is,
Thank
you know, look, staged or not, they did have supporters that drove through. They planned it. That's fine. But do you just think it's just fun? And I gotta be honest, you know, with all the talk of joy and whatever and cackling and whatever, Democrats bitching about this are just no fun. It's someone, what was it someone posted the other day that I completely agreed with. Hang on a second here. Or what did I read? Hang on a second here. Did I do any replies? When politics is your religion, jokes are blasphemy. Or when politics is your religion, fun is blasphemy. At least when the other side has fun. Because wasn't it the Harris campaign and the Democratic National Convention that was all about joy and happy and smiling? We're just this and we're just so lighthearted and happy. And then Trump does something like this, and they're all crying in their lattes. I was going to say beer, but you know, they're all crying in their soy fucking lattes. And it's like, y'all motherfuckers, you get over yourselves. You just do. So anyway, that McDonald's thing. Now I should find some of the people who are totally salty about this too, because it's almost instructive. Let's take this example. Keith Olbermann. A reminder when Donald Trump, the whole Trump McDonald's thing yesterday was fake. Just like him, store was closed, customers were Trump cult members. They had scripts, they had rehearsed. There's nothing Trump won't lie about. Thanks, Keith. Nobody cares. John Cooper. Who else was not surprised to learn that Trump's event at a closed McDonald's was totally staged and fraudulent as he is? Oh, yeah, like the Kamala phone calls, right? Hello, Judafine. What's up? Just Ed Krasenstein. According to Hank Campaign, it was the McDonald's on Central Avenue in Alameda, California in 1983 during the summer after her freshman year at Howard University, working the cash register, French fire style, and ice cream station. Hey, you know what, Ed? This is funny. This is funny because Kamala didn't spend her freshman year in college at Howard University. Her freshman year was in a college in Canada. Oh, Canada. She transferred to Howard University. Let me see if anyone caught that. Why is McDonald's denying her working there then? It seems a bit fishy to me. They aren't. Show me where they ever denied it. Hang on. Her freshman year. Did anyone notice her freshman year? Hang on a second. Let's look this up. Where did Kamala Harris go to college? I don't think she didn't spend her freshman year at Howard, I don't think. She's the same age as I. Okay, this says she did enroll at Howard in 1982. In Hastings College of Law, which is like one of the lowest ranked law schools in the country. hang on a second. I don't think that's correct. I think that's wrong. Let me see. Kamala Harris transfer college. Not transgender. Transfer. Oops. I thought she transferred from a school in Canada. Wait a minute. Lived in Berkeley until they moved in 1966. They lived in college towns. Okay. How Kamala Harris's 5-year in Montreal shaped her life. Okay, I don't know. Okay, maybe she may have. I know she finished at college at Howard. I could have sworn she transferred there. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong about that. Okay, I'm wrong. Hey, guess what, media? This is how you do it. You go, I was wrong. I was wrong. Anyway, these people are losing their freaking minds about this. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see, anybody else? Anyone else bitching about McDonald's? This motherfucker. December 7th, 1941, September 11th, 2001, January 6th, 2021. There's a whole lot of other dates in there that probably, how about the time they tried to breach the White House? Nobody's complaining about that. Y'all. Unbelievable. Yeah, these people are deranged. Here's Jeff Charles, who says, now Jeff Charles is a good guy, was one of the good guys. Trump's McDonald's visit was a very clever move. Here's why. He's in Pennsylvania, a critical swing state. It's absolutely hilarious. It is. Look at him in that apron. He comes off as someone who connects with ordinary people. Yes. You can tell he's having a blast. Is there something wrong with this? Isn't like Michael Dukakis in a tank, okay? Some of these motherfuckers think it is. And Kamala could not have pulled this off and could not pull this off now. But will she try something like this to match it? That's what I'm curious about. Good morning, Reaction Puerto Rico. And also my friend Maddie. Maddie, wait, don't you have Puerto Rican ties too, Maddie? I can't remember exactly, but anyway, good morning, Maddie. So, the unarmed insurrection, yeah, to even put those three in the same sentence is crazy. Unless you put the entire year of 2020 in the same category, unless you put the time they tried to break into the Supreme Court in the same category. In case you try to put May 29th, 2020 in the same category when protesters tried to breach the White House, it's just silly. It's silly, but boy, everyone's talking about McDonald's. Oh, here's what all the people who scream defend Trump every time he's called out for being a rapist. The court found this. Okay, this is going to be just me ranting about random shit today, I think. Brian Krassenstein, to all the people who scream and defend Trump every time he's called out for being a rapist, the court found that he shoved his fingers into a woman against her will in a changing room. The jury didn't just hear rumors, they saw the evidence and ruled against it. Oh, Brian, what evidence did they see, Brian? They saw no evidence in that trial. The judge determined that on his own and presented that as a fact in the case. There was no evidence presented. There was no. The jury saw no evidence that came. What is he talking about? Oh my God, I'm not even going to reply to this. Why am I even bothering replying to this? If you read that story and listen and read it carefully, you realize she's lying, because some of the things she claims would be physically impossible unless she's claiming Donald Trump has a way more than the average man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I'm bothering this. So anyway, let's go back to trending topics, because this is driving me nuts. Also trending. Let's see what else is in here. Newsweek. Why is Newsweek trending? What did Newsweek do? Mary Catherine Ham, I'm going to have to spend some time contemplating the possibility that this was not a completely organic event featuring a former president taking a side gig at a Pennsylvania McDonald's while he's running for president. Wait a minute. Hold it. Let me take care of this super chat. Thank you, Avocados Diablo. I know you got an improper alert, and I am very damn surprised and sorry. I am deeply, deeply, deeply sorry, and I hope you will forgive me for that awful sound that came out as an alert. And I will promise that as soon as this thing pops up, I will give you a proper alert, because that was unworthy of your greatness. Here we go. Yes, that's much better. Thank you, Avocados Diablo, for dropping a small bullet in the tip jar, aka a 223. Surprised we haven't seen articles interviewing some poor single black mom with the 9 kids looking all sad in a photo under the headline, because Trump closed down the McD's. My poor kids had no place to eat and are starving. Well, speaking of which, you get a lot of noise for that one. Someone did write something like that. It was a joke, though, I think. At least I hope it was a joke. Let me see if I can find my little reply to that one, because that was not bookmarks. What are you doing, Marty? Come on. Someone wrote something to that effect, and I had to laugh. Oh, maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Someone talking about how, oh my gosh, they closed down the McDonald's, and someone would have had to drive another, 2 miles to a different McDonald's because they didn't get to go to their favorite McDonald's to get fries while Donald Trump was giving out fries to his donors. It's, oh, right here. and I'm pretty sure this was tongue in cheek. So Ron Filipkowski, whatever that Jagoff's name is, and thank you, Avocados Diablo. Ron Filipkowski, so the place wasn't even open. It was all staged and fake. He didn't work for a real at McDonald's. It was staged fraud, just like every other vet. Yeah, I'm sure that he was just going to go wander into McDonald's and get a job, So this lady says, my thoughts are with those who rolled up to McDonald's for their fry fix and found it was closed for a campaign stunt. Oh, and I said, I'm like, oh, you forgot the prayers, thoughts and prayers, lady, thoughts and prayers. But I think she was being silly. Oh, hey, you know what I forgot? Here's something. Now that I think about it, when I was driving through southern Minnesota, I don't know if you can see this. Let me just put this full screen. We were driving down the road. Can you see what this is? Can you see my cursor, first of all? Oh, is my cursor visible on the screen? I don't even know. We're driving down the road on this 2-lane highway on our way to New Ulm, Minnesota, and some farmer plowed this giant Trump into his field. Can you see that? Anyway, so I thought that was cute. It was an interesting mix of Trump signs and Harris signs as we were driving. Something I noticed, by the way, as we're traversing the state of Minnesota this weekend, out in the rural areas, the Trump signs are probably 5-1, but the Harris signs are out there. The other part was interesting about it was, wait, there was one point too where we drive by a farm and it has a giant sign outside, Trump, and then fuck your feelings. And then the next building we drove by was a church with a sign that said, love thy neighbor. That was love thy neighbor, but Trump, fuck your feelings. So it was interesting juxtaposition. But anyway, so here's why Newsweek was trending, because Newsweek posted this. Rumors have been circulating on social media that former President Donald Trump's visit to the popular fast food chain was staged. Oh my God! And Sticks comes up. You mean Trump didn't have a never-ending line of unvetted random people within 6 feet of him without any security system able to defend him if someone hauls off? No, really? Wow, what a surprise. I can't, damn, thank you, Newsweek, for bringing that up. That's so important to me right now, whether or not that was staged, because nobody ever stages political stunts ever. And look, Donald Trump got Joe Biden ice cream. Oh man, that is so nice of Donald John Trump. Wait a minute. Is that Joe Biden?
I see dead people.
Anyway, so holy shit, Newsweek. What a scoop. What a scoop. And Newsweek. Oh no, is this real? Then Newsweek did this. Oh, the McDonald's Trump worked at failed last health inspection. Oh my, is this a real article? Holy shit. You can't make this shit up. The McDonald's restaurant where Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump briefly worked on Sunday failed its last health inspection, documents showed. The former president manned the fry station and served takeout to people. Oh my God. They actually dug this deep for this shit. So that's why Newsweek is trending. Thank God they are on the job. Now, go research whether or not what's-her-face actually worked there. Plot twist. McDonald's didn't really hire Donald Trump. Oh my God, shocker! All right, enough of that. Anything else? Jelly Roll? You want to hear about Jelly Roll? Not really. Carrie Fisher. Oh, it's got to be something about Trump. Carrie Fisher's trending. Carrie Fisher. Oh no, she can't be. Well, she's trending because this was the day she died. Carrie Fisher would have been 68 years old today. Happy post-mortem birthday, Carrie Fisher. This day, 1956, Carrie Fisher was born. Here's a musically roast of George Lucas at his AFI Life Achievement Award. Okay, so solemn reason. I forgot Carrie Fisher is dead. Shapiro. Oh, people are mad at not Ben Shapiro, probably Josh Shapiro. Oh, hey, there's Josh Shapiro with one of the Soros people. You know, it's weird. All these motherfuckers are meeting with Alex Soros. All these Democrats have been meeting with Alex Soros lately. And I don't get it. Josh Shapiro announced his concern regarding Elon Musk's super PAC, a daily $1 million bounty to one registered voter who signs its petition each day supporting free speech and gun rights. Shapiro stated that he would direct law enforcement to investigate the billionaire's actions. Oh, they're going after Elon Musk. Holy shit. Don't you dare not support Kamala. If you're the irony of him with the picture of Alex Soros. So according to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Elon Musk can't give away money to U.S. citizens, but the government can give away taxpayer money to illegals. Right on. Let's see. Oh, and here's on Charlie Kirk. In an election where 79% of voters think America's on the wrong track, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro can't name a single policy difference between Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Not one. Kamala's more the same, just more radical. See what he put here.
Polls do show that More Americans feel as though President Biden's policies have hurt them rather than helped them. So can you name one key policy difference between Vice President Harris and President Biden? How would her administration look different?
You know, I've been really encouraged by the amount of energy that Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, has put into
Josh, do you understand the question? Because the opening to your answer doesn't seem like you do.
Focusing on how she will cut taxes for small businesses. The focus on
what Donald Trump already did.
Tax credit expansion. That's something I've done here in Pennsylvania. We've seen that
How
work to ease the burden on families. I think a focus on those kinds of things is particularly important, and those are the kinds of things I think Kamala Harris has brought specifically to this race.
Those aren't necessarily differences, though. They're an expansion or
Joe
a tweak to some extent to what's been done. Can you name one policy difference?
I get, because she copied and pasted most of it from his website.
The contrast I am focused on, Kristen, is between her and Donald Trump.
Because you can't. Because you can't. Because she copied and pasted his whole website and moved it over. Holy shit. Great idea. Definitely attack the small business that hosted Trump and destroy it over politics. You absolute jackasses. That is 100% spot on. That's actually the other Shapiro, a.k.a. Ben. All right. Anything else in trending that I give a shit about? The Great War. That's a... Wait, why is that pop been trending? Bobby Kennedy's trending. Oh, is this the day that... if you support Kamala Harris, you're supporting those who fired my friends and family and denied my loved ones at an education over the COVID shot. That was wrong, and she just never apologized. The Trump administration with Bobby Kennedy in a major leadership role is our only hope. 2, investigate big pharma fraud and ensure this never happens again. Yeah, so I was watching another little clip earlier today talking about how the jab shots, they were looking at Ute debts, so they don't understand what I'm saying, in England, and how children who did not get the juice, their death rate of not just COVID, but of multiple things was nearly zero in some age brackets, but it was minimal in some age brackets. But kids who did get the juice not only were far more likely to die of COVID, but of other things too. The juice, it was messing them up. And so, and the fact that it was slightly effective with elderly people was fine, but the youth jabs were unnecessary. And there's data to show how devastating it actually was. But you can't, I don't want to give any, something that you miss, but with information, you know what I mean? So anyway, Bobby Kennedy is right about a lot of things breaking. Supreme Court ruling, hardly anyone noticed, that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. won the case against the pharmaceutical lobbyists. In the ruling, the Supreme Court confirms that damage caused by stupid 19 mRNA gene therapies is irreparable. As the Supreme Court is the highest court in the United States, there are no further appeals, and the appeals have been exhausted. Nuremberg Code is now valid. Well done, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Once again, the truth prevails. When RFK Jr. uses the term hypnotized, remember that he spoke at length with Sirhan Sirhan about Bobby Kennedy's murder and concluded that Sirhan didn't do it. He knows what hypnosis is capable of doing. He's using that term in its literal sense. All right, so anyway, that's fascinating. That's why he's trending. Anything else? Jeff Flake is trending. Jeff's the former senator, or is he still the senator from Arizona? Is Jeff Flake still in office? I don't think he is. Or is he? I don't even know. Anyway, he endorsed Kamala Harris, but we know he's a shitbag anyway. I'm voting for Kamala Harris, not in spite of being a conservative, but because I'm a conservative. Conservatives believe in the rule of law. Your son Austin and his wife killed 23 dogs and then sued me and the sheriff's office for prosecuting them. You tried to destroy me and my detectives. You don't believe in the rule of law. Oh, snap. That's Joe Arpaio. So yeah, fuck that. You don't give a shit about the rule of law, Jeff. You are one of these establishment flunkies who like the administrative state that we live in. So Staged is trending. I'm sure that's because of McDonald's. Anything else here? Michael Cohen's trending again. Don't care. Why is Denmark trending? Let's find out. Denmark, it's happening. Germany has implemented border controls. France will implement border controls. Denmark will extend border controls. Poland will suspend the right to seek asylum. People are rejecting open borders. It's not happening. It's not helping anybody. That's Peter Sweetnell. I don't care what he says. Islamic Jihad in Denmark. In Europe, we have a huge problem that needs to be solved very soon. So apparently there's protesting in Denmark, and there's a huge push to sell this to the American public. They make this drug in Denmark, and in Denmark they do not recommend it for diabetes or for obesity. They recommend dietary and behavior change. Are they talking about Ozempic? Oh, Robert Kennedy saying no, Ozempic is not going to make America healthy again. So I don't know. Who cares? I mean, I care because I know somebody who's on Ozempic that's for diabetes, and they were having trouble getting it for a while because all these celebrities are making their faces look weird because they're all using it to lose weight. All right, let's just stop this nonsense. We're going to go actually into some news because I told you my goal today was to go through some of my favorite, I would say favorite, just go to conservative news sources and see, pull one story from each. So what's going on here? I should look in the chat too. Oh, what's probably the Russians? Now in terms of work, now when does Trump work at a local Popeyes? Yeah, maybe he'll go down to Louisiana, but I don't think he needs help in Louisiana. He should go to Popeyes in Minnesota. That's what he should do. He could make me some popcorn shrimp and some spicy fried chicken because, you know, I'm a brother. I need some fried chicken. Who doesn't like fried chicken anyway? Why is that a brother thing? Why is that a black thing? I don't know anybody. Well, do I know anybody who doesn't like fried chicken? I don't know anybody who doesn't like fried chicken, especially good fried chicken. Like my neighbor, Corrine Murphy. That woman could make some fried chicken. Old white lady, old Irish white lady, make some killer fried chicken. Anyway, all right. Jeff Frosted Flakes. Yeah, he's frosty. All right. All right. Let's get out of this and go to. I'm going to start with PJ Media. Let's pick a random article from PJ Media today. Here we go. RFK destroys the Democrats on Gutfield. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a bad picture of Robert F. Kennedy. When Greg Gutfield and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. got together, you know things are going to get interesting. On Friday's episode of Gutfield on Fox News, RFK Jr. joined the show and had a rather serious discussion on political intolerance that became rather amusing. Is there a clip? Oh, let's watch the clip. We'll watch on YouTube. I'll have a link to this on the YouTube link, and here we go. All right, it's all good. It's only 2 minutes long, too. All right, let's listen to RFK Jr. on Gutfield. Talking about the Democrats, his own party, by the way. He's still a Democrat, but he's not endorsing any Democrats named Harris.
I was interested in this because of what the observation you made about.
By the way, Robert F. Kennedy, a Democrat, is going to be the Trump transition team co-chair. That's pretty significant. That's really, really. RFK's a cancer kazoo. Come on now. Yeah, it's hard to listen to, but I don't know what happened to his voice. Here we go.
Paradox that Democrats see themselves as the party of tolerance. Mm-hmm. And I think, there's intolerance, there's vitriol, there's poison, there's anger on both sides. Mm-hmm. But I found that it's more that the Democrats are much less tolerant of somebody holding different political beliefs. There's the tribalism and the orthodoxies are much more insidious in the Democratic Party. And it's disturbing to me because I think the polarization is the worst thing for our country. And that, we have huge problems in this country, but we also are very resilient, but we're never going to solve them if we're not able to come together. And I think that the Democrats tend to be much more intolerant than Republicans on these issues. That's my personal observation, and it's interesting to see that validated by that poll.
I mean, I've noticed it all my life as a lefty and then a righty and then nothing, I do think that for some reason liberal politics are tied more to the ego
and emotion
than maybe Republican politics.
And emotion.
Republicans put their politics in a box, that you have family, you have job, you have sport.
It was like, what was that thing I just did? Hang on a second. Let me find this. I'm going to say this again because it is so true that, where is it? What was the phrase? When politics is your religion, jokes are blasphemy. When politics is your religion, you are easily offended when someone goes against your politics. It is their religion. And so that's very apropos that he said that. That was very interesting. All right, let me go back to it here. When politics is your religion, jokes are blasphemy.
It's recreation, but for Democrats, politics is part of your identity. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That's my thought.
There's also, I think that the people.
Although, look, I know that like the people who are like wear their MAGA hat every day, it's also their identity. But the difference is that if you disagree with someone in a MAGA hat, they're so used to being beaten up by the media, by everyone who's on something that has a screen, they're used to it, so they can take it when people don't agree with them because they get constantly fed hatred toward them. But the Democrats can't take it. The lefties just can't take it. It's their religion.
These days,
good morning, Woo. What's up?
Who tend to be Republican or conservative are much more inclined to critical thinking. And I think that used to be the purview of the Democratic Party. But
not always,
you had
but
said
usually.
before that we left the Democratic Party, that Elon, myself, and Tulsi, I think all of us feel like the Democratic Party left us.
Yeah.
A party that of Robert Kennedy.
I mean, especially Tulsi Gabbard. I didn't pay attention to Robert Kennedy much. I just thought of him as a sideshow. But I do believe he does have great ideas about health and food and things like that. Because we have a problem in our country, especially in that area, right? But Tulsi Gabbard, the party left her because she was Bernie bro. Like she was like ready to be Bernie's campaign chair or something, And she just can't. And Bernie kind of morphed into establishment Democrat politics. And Tulsi's just like, wait a minute, y'all are starting to actually entrench on things that you should not be entrenched in. Constitutional things like, free speech and guns and all that shit. And so, she's gone a wild circle away from the Democrats.
Kennedy of John Kennedy doesn't exist anymore. That was the party that was anti-war. It was the party that was against censorship. It was the party that opposed.
Yeah, those are big.
The corporate takeover of our government. Today,
the pharmaceutical companies took over our government during COVID.
The Democratic Party is the party of war. It's the party of censorship. It's the party of Wall Street, of big pharma, big tech, big data, big banking, and the military-industrial
complex. Rod
and big butts because of the diet.
Yeah, well,
hey, look, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. That was funny. All right, so that's PJ Media today. That was a random article from there. There's several others. Moscow proves the U.S. aren't the only ones who can dangerously escalate in Ukraine. Kamala's campaign whopper handed Trump a supersized win. What? Same media protected Biden pushes bogus Trump mental decline narrative. Hang on, they're starting to do that too. They're starting to promote a Trump mental decline narrative, like an age thing, which who knows? I don't know. I think we're in safe hands though. Here's the article from. Hang on a second. I gotta fix this. Please, yes, it is. Here's the article that popped up here too. Kamala's campaign whopper. This is about the McDonald's thing. Handed Trump a supersized win. As someone who's skeptical of Trump's McDonald's visit, I find myself pleasantly surprised that he pulled it off perfectly. The videos of thrilled customers talking to him at the drive-thru window were fantastic, and Trump appeared genuine and humbled by the experience. Well, this is a great job to take at the beginning, and it requires some expertise, he told customers in the drive-thru. I'm going through the French fry stuff. It's a whole big process, and it requires great expertise actually to do it right and to do it fast. The customer asked Trump if Trump appreciated McDonald's more from the experience. Yeah, well, I do appreciate it. Maybe a little more. Yeah, Trump said, you take it for granted. You say, give me some fries. I'll never forget this experience. Okay, now I know how to do it. It's very good. So anyway, could you imagine Kamala Harris ever being this humbled by an experience? Her recent hurricane relief photo ops came off as flat and painfully inauthentic by comparison. Let's face it. This was a huge win for Trump, and the Harris-Walz campaign just got completely outplayed, and it's not like they couldn't have seen this coming for weeks. Trump has been teasing the idea of working a shift at McDonald's, trolling Harris over her unverified claim that she had worked at the fast food chain in the early 80s. Trump finally pulled off the stunt in one of the most epic political moves we've seen this cycle, and Harris's team missed a prime opportunity to preempt him. Remember, Harris started claiming that she worked at McDonald's in college during her short-lived presidential campaign in 2019, but there was something suspicious about it. She never mentioned it during her California campaigns or in either of her books, and it's missing from a resume she submitted not long after college. The sudden appearance of her McDonald's experience and her backstory had many questions whether this was just another one of her attempts to seem relatable to middle-class voters. Even Snopes couldn't find any evidence to back up her claim. You know, Vice President Harris grew up in a middle-class family, picked up shifts at McDonald's as a student, Governor Tim Walz said back in August at the AFSCME convention. I keep asking this to make a contrast here. Can you simply picture Donald Trump working at a McDonald's trying to make a McFlurry or something? Well, we certainly can. And now the Harris-Walz campaign has egg on its face. The Harris-Walz campaign had two clear options to avoid being overshadowed by Donald Trump's McDonald's gig. First, they could have presented evidence that Kamala's alleged time working at McDonald's, perhaps a photo or a pay stub. Alternatively, they could have arranged for Kamala to pull off a similar stunt at a McDonald's, effectively preempting Trump's move and potentially forcing him to abandon his plan altogether. Trump has been talking about working at a McDonald's for weeks. They had so much time to steal the idea and market it as her return to her roots. They can't do that now, and Trump now has won the moment. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, why would have that been so perfect? Why would have that been if she had, well, first of all, they would have laughed at her for stealing the idea. Oh, no. Wait. Somnambule Nation, you are terrible. He said, that's not egg. It's horse semen. No. God, ew. Anyway, the thing is, all the equipment at McDonald's is pretty much the same since the 80s. They have the same equipment. Taylor still makes those ice cream machines that never work, so they can keep fixing them. There's a whole conspiracy thing on that too, and now it's actually a conspiracy. They've found evidence. But, you know, it would have been, Kamala going back to her roots, working at McDonald's. Oh, here's a fry. I'm making some fries, whatever. She could have done that before Trump did, but no, it's too late now. If she does it now, she just looks foolish. Thank you, Advocacy. I'll be dropping another 223 in the tip jar. Who says, All this time, I thought randomly exploding heads was genetic, but RFK Jr. is slowly proving me wrong. Yeah, true. This is true. That's why you get a bell instead of a eh. All right, let's go to another random, not random, but another chosen outlet. We're going to go to the Daily Caller. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Well, we already know about Dems' corporate media rush to cite FBI data showing crime decrease. Experts say the numbers are flawed. Well, not only flawed, now they've changed their data to show that crime has increased. MSNBC. Well, we're on a McDonald's theme. Should we just keep going with this? Should we keep going with this? Oh, well, I want to hear what Chris Wallace here. Well, let's start here. MSNBC can't figure out why Donald Trump would work a fryer at McDonald's as crowds cheered him on. MSNBC host Alex Witt. That's too easy. That is too easy. Alex Witt. Class. Alex Dimwit and Democratic California Representative Barbara Lee were puzzled. They were puzzled by former President Donald Trump's visit to a Pennsylvania McDonald's on Sunday, where he helped out while a crowd cheered him on from outside. There was a huge crowd across the street, by the way. They were showing it. Let's see. How long is this segment? Please be short.
I'm going to switch gears here.
Well, it's a little long, but I don't care. We're gonna do it because it's just one of those days. We're just doing whatever the fuck I want.
And say, on a lighter note, we're going to show you what Donald Trump is doing right now.
Yes.
He has gone to a McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone to this McDonald's, and he's in the Philadelphia area.
And look how happy. Wait. Hold up. Nitwit. Dimwit. Alex Witless. No, I'm seeing these in the chat now. Oh, I didn't even think of nitwit. I said dimwit, but nitwit, witless, whittler. Look how happy this McDonald's worker is putting this apron on Donald Trump. Now, I thought women were supposed to be in fear of Donald Trump. Look how happy she is. Look at her smiling. She's cheesing right there at Donald Trump.
Apparently, before he goes to the Steelers versus Jets game.
Oh, by the way, we were in where were we? We were in a bar, I think. Were we in a bar? Steelers Jets game. Oh yeah, we were at the. Because after we got back from doing Fall Colors driving, our Sunday drive to Winona and back, we were in one of our favorite Mexican restaurant, and they had the Jets Steelers game on the bar, and we look up and we're like, why is Donald Trump's on the screen? Oh, he's at the game. Oh, okay, cool. But anyway.
I mean, if you're on his campaign, and I know you are certainly not, I'm not making any implication of that, but what is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish.
Why not?
He's used the word love
why are
to
you
describe
confused?
The way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic...
Wait. No. Barbara, stop right there. It's a stunt. Yes, it's a stunt. It's a publicity stunt. And guess what? You are on MSNBC talking about it right now. Yes, you're talking about Donald Trump right now. That's all you need to know. Everyone's talking about Donald Trump today. At McDonald's. People smiling, cheesing at him.
Economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well. And he's engaged.
He looks pretty good hanging out with these people. Everyone's smiling, happy, and whatnot. Because I'm happy because alone make you feel like a room without a roof.
And some really bizarre types of activities during this campaign. So this is just another...
Yes, when Joe Biden was running for president in 2020, he's out at the ice cream store eating ice cream. That wasn't a publicity stunt. That wasn't a stunt. That was not just some, and the reporters, all their questions were probing. So probing. What flavor did you get today, Mr. President or Mr. whatever? I don't know. Fuck.
Another one of those.
Rick Ashbringer, what's up? Midnight in Exile, what's up?
On through the campaign, and I think that we need to really focus on making sure that he is not elected, of course, because he is a threat to our democracy. But also,
how?
The Harris-Walsh agenda is about the economy, reducing the cost of living, reducing the cost of prescription drugs.
Which none of you Democrats are doing right now, so what the hell, you know? Who's in power right now?
Reducing the cost of housing and making life better for everyone, and that's what we have.
Oh, you mean like make America great again? America first? Is that what you just said, Barbara Lee? Making America better for everyone? You mean like America first? Wow, you sound like Nick Fuentes.
Have to focus on and make sure we get every voter to the polls and make sure that the voters vote for the future, not taking the country backwards, as you see what Donald Trump continues to try to.
Really, because take the country backward. You mean so the last 3.5 years? We don't want to take it back to these last 3.5 years. You want something new and fresh or something? I don't know.
So I'm urging and encouraging everyone to get to the polls and vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be their next president and vice president.
You know, Donald Trump has lied repeatedly, or rather accused Kamala Harris of lying repeatedly about working at a McDonald's
no
way
evidence.
back in the day when she was younger. I mean, what's the point of that?
There is no point. And I have known the vice president for over 3 decades. And
did you work at McDonald's with her, Barbara? Barbara, did you work at McDonald's? Oh, wait, that was 40 years ago. She only known her 30 years. You don't know if she worked at McDonald's either.
She tells the truth. And what does...
Except for about Project 2025.
Donald Trump do? He's constantly telling lies about every single thing. And I'm confident that the voters understand.
We're going to see if Barbara Lee tells any lies from here to the end of this segment. Let's just see if she tells any lies from here to the end of this segment. Now that she says Donald Trump lies all the time. Donald Trump does exaggerate, though. He does a lot, and we all know that. But when it comes down to actual policy and actual governing, we knew what he did.
And that lies are not going to get him elected, but we have to focus on making sure that the agenda of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are put forward so that every voter...
What agenda? Their agenda? You mean more of the same, yes.
Know that we're going to move this country forward under their leadership and not backwards. And that is
okay, you're talking about his slogans right now.
Essential at this point in time in our country. The economy is moving forward. The fact that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have an opportunity agenda, an opportunity economic agenda to help.
So buzzword is a buzzword campaign right now.
Make life better for everyone, and I say not just to survive, but to thrive. And that's what we have to look at. We know who Donald Trump is. Just look at him and what he's doing. And
just look at him. Just look at him. Okay, enough of this shit. I don't care. So poor Barbara Lee. Poor Barbara Lee. Is this the is this the question thing?
Hello, everybody. I'm having a lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God.
Oh, no funds allowed. No funds allowed, Donald Trump.
You can fake this, right?
And you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you. Mr. President, please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native.
Oh, that's that Brazil lady.
Please.
We're going to make it better.
And that could have been staged too, but you know what? Are they going to, someone's going to say she's not really from Brazil? I mean, what are they going to say? You know? He was having fun, and look, he didn't look stupid like Michael Dukakis did. Because Michael Dukakis just looked dumb in that tank. If you remember, if any of you are old enough to remember the tank stunt, that shit was stupid. All right, moving on. Let's find something in the Daily Wire. Let's see. Here, I'll open this up here. Daily Wire. Let's see. Barbara Lee. Yeah, that's the same one. 60 Minutes finally responded to scandal over deceptive editing of Kamala interview. Uh-oh. This is a good one. This is the Daily Wire. I'm going to leave all these links open to these outlets, by the way. So if you want to check them out. 60 Minutes finally responds to scandal over deceptive editing of Kamala interview. I'm curious how they responded to this. Aren't you? This show could have simply resolved questions about its ethics by releasing the full interview. It chose not to. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't do that. Well, we know why, because the interview was a disaster, and so they had to edit it to make her look as good as possible, just like they edit Trump interviews to make them look as bad as possible. CBS News 60 Minutes finally responded on Sunday night to the scandal that erupted 2 weeks ago when the show deceptively edited remarks from an interview with Vice President Kamala Harris. The show claimed, without providing evidence, that the allegation that it deceitfully edited its interview with Harris is false. Come on. We have both versions. 60 Minutes gave an excerpt of our interview to Face the Nation that used a longer section of her answer than that on 60 Minutes. Why not just release the whole interview? Put it on YouTube, something. The statement claims same questions, same answer, but a different portion of the response. Well, why did you put a portion of the response instead of the entire response? You could have look, it was the episode that you were going to have her and then Trump. You could have chosen to use the whole hour to give her, to show her giving a full response to every answer. You chose not to do that because you are protecting her. The left-wing show claimed that the portion of her answer on 60 Minutes was more succinct, which allows time for other subjects in a wide-ranging 21-minute-long segment. Oh my! The show's an hour long. Why not just give her the whole hour? Why not just give her the whole hour? They didn't have to put anything else on. The show then took a petty shot at Trump. Remember, Mr. Trump pulled out of this interview with 60 Minutes and the vice president participated. So, is that your excuse? Then you could have used Trump's time for Kamala Harris. You could have given her 42 minutes instead of 21. But you chose not to. Now, why is that? CBS News could have exonerated itself in the avalanche of negative claims it has faced as a result of the scandal simply by releasing the full interview and transcript. It did not. The show had faced calls from media organizations, former CBS News journalists, U.S. senators, and the Trump campaign to be transparent by releasing the full interview. The Trump campaign responded to CBS News by saying, quote, 60 Minutes just admitted doing exactly what President Trump accused it of doing. They edited it in a different response from another part of her answer to make Kamala Harris sound less incoherent than she really was. Their statement is not a denial. It is an admission that they did exactly what they were accused of. This is another reminder of how hopelessly biased 60 Minutes is and how correct President Trump was to decline their invitation to be subjected to their fake news hackery. Release the transcript, bitches. Okay, I added that, but whatever. The moment in question came when Bill Whitaker was discussing with Harris the United States financial support for Israel in its war against genocidal Islamic terrorists in the region. Well, here's the clip. Here it is. Oh, supply. No, I'm not going to, because you always get in trouble for doing 60-minute clips. They're assholes. Here, let me just read this. But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu wasn't listening, Whitaker said to Harris. In a promotional clip that was posted by CBS News on Sunday, Harris responded to the statement from Whitaker by saying, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by our... Oh, wait a minute. I can't even read her because the sentences don't make any sense. I'm going to try this again. The work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region. However, when the full interview was published by the network on Monday night, no, not the full interview, just these parts that they edited, The statement from Harris was nowhere to be found. Those words were not included anywhere in the television broadcast, nor did they appear in the interview when it was posted on YouTube, the interview's transcript, or the show's overtime segment. Instead, on television and in the interview posted online, Whitaker's identical statement that it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening. The following by Harris saying, quote, "We are not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end." I don't know how that is better, but it is more succinct. It doesn't. I don't even know what the fuck that means. So anyway, so they're playing stupid, pretending they don't know what's going on. All right, so there you go. That's the Daily Wire. Let's go to Instapundit. Now, back in my blogging days, Instapundit was one of my go-to blogs. I would go there that'd be the first one. I had it on the top of my list. I'd go there first every time when I was checking out blogs. And Glenn Reynolds, a.k.a. Instapundit, has some stuff in here too. Let's see what he has. Boeing CEO is shrinking the jet maker to stop its crisis from spiraling. Okay, I don't want to talk about Boeing. Let's scroll down. As a matter of fact, yes, I would. Do you want a MAGA with that? Do you want no tax on tips with that? Do you want world peace with that? Do you want affordable groceries with that? Well, fuck yeah. That's not what I want to see. There was something down here I saw that, why it's okay to throw your blue-haired pinko-in-law out of your life for good. No. Don't sever relationships over politics unless they can't shut the fuck up when you're around them. Because, my family that I disagree with in politics, we get along just fine. We don't talk about politics. We know we don't get along with politics, so we don't talk about it. But no, love your family no matter what. Holy shit. Let's see. Well, now, okay, we're going to stick to this McDonald's theme. Here's what, and this is from PJ Media too, but this is what Instapundit put on here, so let's just do it. I like his aggregation too. Election in a nutshell. Trump hits McDonald's. Kamala hides behind Lizzo. Which, by the way, I tend to try not to make fun of Lizzo because she's trying to get healthy and lose weight and whatever. And you know what? She has some talent. And, I don't care about her, but I'm done making fun of people for that kind of stuff. But anyway, hides behind Lizzo. That's not very nice. So this is the cruiser. Wait, what now? I don't know what, let me see here. Happy Monday, dear cruiser morning friends. Rewindle, I don't even know what that means, would get a little quirky in this bonsai trimming when the sugar high from a bag of Skittles hit him. Okay. That must be a joke about his pet. I don't know. She is back to being fat? Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, I don't care. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are making their final pitches to the American people, or at least who they think the American people are. A key component of the simple script that Harris handlers have her parroting is to the electorate is mentioning that she grew up middle class over and over and over, and every answer to every question. Well, I grew up in the middle class. After floating around in the big money upper echelon of the Democratic Party for 2 decades, Madam Veep wants us to believe that she's a real woman of the people. Real woman of the people. Sounds like a beer commercial. The Democrats are desperate to pretend to reconnect with the middle class America until the election is over. They are an elitist party that doesn't like to acknowledge regular people in the flyover country unless they need votes. They can fake it for a while, though. The snobs who run the party and Kamala Harris's brain think that the common folk hang on every word that celebrities say, which is why we see so many of them out there stumping for Democrats. Holy shit, they are just... It's almost embarrassing how many times I see celebrities. Every day, some new celebrities out there. Kamala Harris. Anyway, since Kamala is in dire need of both more Michigan and youth votes, she did a rally in Detroit with the singer Lizzo over the weekend. Lizzo is a Detroit native who the Dems elites no doubt assumed would help Harris's appeal to younger voters. It was a bit of a stretch given that Lizzo left the Motor City when she was 10 years old and grew up in Texas, and they flew to the rally on a private jet. Real woman of the people. Democrats don't always think everything through when they go into pander mode. Lizzo probably didn't help with this line, which Scott wrote about. Quote, if Kamala wins, the whole country will be like Detroit. Proud like Detroit. Resilient like Detroit. Holy shit, like Detroit. Did we ever show you that video of the dude when Donald Trump said something bad about Detroit? And this brother was like, Donald Trump said some shit about, because they were all mad that he said shit about Detroit, right? Except his brother was in his car. He's like, Donald Trump said some shit about Detroit. And that motherfucker was right. And he's driving around Detroit showing all the vacant buildings, all the homes that are just dilapidated, some of the lots, like, so it got so bad in certain areas of Detroit that, these abandoned homes are everywhere, right? So the city just started tearing them down and just grading the lots over. So you'll have one old dilapidated house there might be some people, either living in or squatting in, but then you'll have 3 empty lots, and then you'll have another home that's in that neighborhood. Like these neighborhoods built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, where like more than half of the homes are just gone, like disappeared, like just bulldozed over and gone. And then the rest of the houses are all fucked up. And he's saying, yeah, Donald Trump was right. He's like, Detroit, this town's fucked up. So anyway, so yeah, if Kamala wins, the whole country will be like Detroit. God, clip that. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve of this message. Let me see this. Is there a clip of her saying that? Threat or promise? Liberal Saint Lizzo says the whole country will be like Detroit if Kamala wins. Is there? Please let there be. Oh, there's video.
I'm so proud to be from this city. They say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Okay? Proud like Detroit. Resilient like Detroit.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. She said
I'm
it.
so proud to be from this city. They say if Kamala
wait,
wins,
hold
then
up,
the whole country...
hold up. I am proud to be from this city. You left Detroit when you were 10 years old, Miss, I don't even know what the fuck her last name is, Lizzo. You left when you were 10. So, for example, so I, before I was adopted, I lived on a farm right near Dubuque, Iowa. Till I was 4. Now, granted, 4'10", a little bit different, but if I said I'm proud to be from Dubuque, Iowa, I'd be like, I barely remember Dubuque, Iowa. I remember the farm and the fence where the bull was that I wasn't supposed to go close to it, and I remember where the barn was, and I knew the kittens were behind that one door. But other than that, I grew up in Omaha. I'm proud to be from Omaha. Because I remember Omaha, at least I went to high school, graduated from high school there. She left Detroit at 10 years old and lived in Texas. I'm proud to be from Detroit. You didn't spend any time in Detroit. Anyway. So, Instant Pundit, what do you call that when you're channeling me posting a PJ Media article? Let's move on. Let's go to Twitchy, because Twitchy's a little more entertaining. Twitchy makes fun of things people do on Twitter, the app now known as X. And I have a few minutes left. Oh my God. Yeah, this usually features stupid shit people do on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. And the first one here, the smell of panic, 15 days to go, and Rob Reiner is preparing for fascism. Oh, well, fan-fucking-tastic. Let's see this one. We got to see this one. Just a few days ago, after Harris's interview with Bret Baier on Fox News, Rob Reiner, the head of the Hollywood chapter of Club TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, was quite confident in a Kamala victory in the election early next month. Quote, "If you saw Kamala Harris on Fox News, you saw the 47th president of the United States." No. Now, with just 2 weeks to go, Reiner's confidence level seems to be dropping. 15 days, we'll know whether we still live in a democracy or a fascist state. You're a fucking moron, Rob. And the convicted felon shit is a shit candidate. Okay. Post-election meltdown could be glorious, and clearly the left is getting increasingly nervous. Dr. Mark Young, even insane Rob Reiner, stopped saying Kamala is going to win. That's interesting. A false word has been created, and a false world has been created, and the Hollywood left, which makes a living creating lands of fantasy, can sense that reality is about to come crashing down and hitting them on their fucking pointy little heads. I embellished a little bit. Though it is always quite ironic when people like Reiner say that if everybody doesn't vote for the same candidate, then they're supporting fascism. You can smell the panic coming from the Trump deranged Rob Reiner. Prepare for the same people who say questioning the results of an election is a grave threat to democracy to go into fast denial if Trump wins. Of course they're going to. They're already, like, there's even a certain congressman who said that they're not going to allow him to be certified if he wins. Oh, you don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in people voting for who they want to win, then. Is that what you're saying there? Dumb shit? So anyway, these are a lot of people responding to Rob Reiner. Let's see if there's another good one. Oh, okay, seriously, what the hell is wrong with Kamala in this clip where she's explaining democracy? Let's see this one. I'm going to assume that they're going to say that she might have had a little bit too much. Oh, what? Is this one of those stupid things? I hate. Let me see. I'll see if this works. That's so annoying. Why, yes, it was. You're going to have an archived version of this article. Okay, seriously, what the hell is wrong with Kamala in this clip where she's explaining democracy? Oh, will I be able to play it, though? Will I be able to play it? Okay, so they're insinuating that Ms. Harris, the Vice President of the United States of America, might I say might. Oh, is this not going to work? I cannot. You cannot do it from there. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't click to it. That she might have a few cocktails in her. But we've seen clips where she sounded maybe a little little bit tipsy. All right, let's skip that. Let's go to Breitbart. Oh my God, what have they done to their? Okay, this is a blaring headline from Breitbart. McDonald's Trump works a drive-through in Philly. Customers we're loving it. Trolls Kamala. Now I have more fast food experience than her. Watch viral videos. Okay, if you want to watch those videos, here, I'll put all the link to this page. I'm sure they have multiple viral videos that they're breaking the internet of Trump working at McDonald's. Let's find something else. And this will, oh, excuse me, I almost lost a lung there. Let's see. Trump vows to defeat inflation and repeal the Harris law that screwed seniors with the biggest Medicare premium increase ever. Ooh. Charlamagne the God, Tim Walz isn't garbage. I just don't see the impact. Other headline, rapper Trick endorses Trump at Michigan rally. We make Detroit great again. Trick? I've never heard of anyone named Trick. And everyone's talking about that Barbara Lee clip. That's interesting. Speaker Johnson, GOP will win White House, Senate, and House. Warnock, high turnout doesn't mean hasn't been voter suppression. Okay. Here we'll do this one. So this is apparently on Face the Nation. Senator Ralph Warnock, Democrat from Georgia, said Sunday on CBS Face the Nation that the high voter turnout in Georgia's early voting did not disprove charges of voter suppression. Voter suppression. The high turnout does not disprove voter suppression. How long is this clip?
Senator,
All
Reverend.
right, we're gonna do the whole clip. It's 4 minutes, and then I've got to go. We're gonna do this clip because I'm sure there's gonna be some cognitive dissonance in this interview. I'm just betting on it. I mean, technically he's correct, but you still need to prove there is suppression. Exactly. Exactly. No, this is not the Guam guy. That's what's his name? Someone put his name.
Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock of Georgia. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Margaret. Great to be with you.
Well, you seem very happy this morning.
Incredible turnout at the polls in Georgia so far. On Friday, though, Vice President Harris spoke about attacks on the freedom to vote, and she specifically referenced the state of Georgia.
Which, you know, by the way, after their, they had, I think Georgia put in a voter ID law, right? And I believe the year after the next election after they did that, Georgia had the highest percentage black turnout it had ever had in an election. That's voter suppression. I'm just telling you, that is voter suppression if more black people vote.
The Department of Justice and the state had been fighting, going all the way back to 2021, about some state laws that the Justice Department said denied or abridged the right of black Georgians to vote on it.
Really? Like, did the law specifically state that?
Count of their race or color. Justice Department did not win that case. Do you think that the vice president's continued comments could backfire here in terms of discouraging people from showing up to vote?
No, I think the aim of voter suppression is to discourage people from voting.
But you're the one saying the words that cause them to be discouraged, dumbass. Watch.
Look, we saw the shenanigans of the Georgia State Board of Elections for what they are. This effort to literally change the rules while people are voting. And the courts rightly pushed back on that. Remember
No, the courts didn't. The courts didn't. You sued. You pushed back. The Democrats pushed back on that. And then the courts do. They're just the referee. Courts don't push back on things.
That during my runoff, my last runoff, I had to sue the state of Georgia, state officials, just so people could vote the first weekend of the runoff. Thankfully, the courts got it right during my election.
Oh, they got it right if they agree with you, they got it right. But if they don't agree with you, they got it wrong. Is that what you're saying?
The victory was close to the number of people who voted that first weekend that they said we couldn't vote. The courts got.
They would have voted the next weekend, Ralph. Come on now.
Got it right in my case. They got it right again this week. But I think the most important thing is for folks to show up. The way to respond to this is to not allow anyone to silence your voice. I'm glad that we're seeing this incredible turnout.
Nobody's being silenced if their turnout's higher.
To the vigilance of the people of Georgia, and I hope they'll keep it up all the way through early voting, which ends on November 1st, and then that they will get others there on November 5th.
But your governor, Brian Kemp, said the truth is that it's easy to vote and hard to cheat in Georgia. And he has criticized the vice president and Democratic officials, saying they lied about Georgia's election laws to raise campaign cash and scare people. Doesn't this high turnout assuage some of what you call attempts at voter suppression?
Now, the answer should be, well, maybe you're right. But I'm going to guess that's not what he says.
Listen, I've been through a few elections in Georgia. And what we saw was lines wrapped around buildings. We saw the effort of state officials to make it impossible for people to vote the first weekend of my runoff. And
impossible?
Georgians stood up. Listen, the fact that voters turn out doesn't mean there's no voter suppression. It just means that people aren't willing to.
It just means they're not very good at voter suppression then, right?
Have their voices silenced or muted. And the good news is that they're showing up, and we'll keep this going between now and November 1st, and then show up on Election Day on November 5th.
So you stand by your belief that there are attempts to suppress the vote in Georgia?
Listen, we saw what the State Board of Elections did just this last week.
But the court...
They literally are trying to change the election rules in the middle of the election, and the courts had to undo what they were trying to do. And what I'm saying to the people of Georgia is that the way to respond to this is to keep showing up, because when we show up, we win.
And lastly, are you concerned at all about political violence in your state?
Oh, good Lord. The vast majority of political violence in this country comes from the left. By leaps and bounds. You can give a few examples of it coming from the right. You can give hundreds, maybe thousands of examples of it coming from the left. Political violence tends to be a left thing.
Listen, I think it's
holy shit,
very important that all of us remind ourselves that in the United States of America, we have robust arguments about the direction of the country,
what up, K-Show?
About the size of government, about what government should deliver.
Too much.
And those arguments are robust and sometimes rambunctious in order to avoid violence. And so I trust that cooler heads will
You know what
prevail.
Margaret wanted him to say? He wanted him to say, oh, yeah, we're worried about these MAGA people.
And that we will remember that at the end of the day,
that's what she's looking for.
Contrary to what Donald.
When she says political violence, she never means the assholes who used to beat people up for just wearing a red hat. She never talks about the assholes who sieged a fucking federal courthouse for 6 months. She never talks to people about the people who burned down buildings and beat people and kill people. Oh no, she talks about the insurrection that, the gunless insurrection. That political violence, not the breaching the Capitol, not the one that was breaching the White House on May 29th of 2020. She doesn't care about that violence. She doesn't care about the people who attack, Charlottesville, that big lie. The assholes who, the people who are trying to leave that rally, and then the police directing them into the assholes who attacked them. And then they blame the violence on the people who were at the statue rally, which is, it was, that's bullshit. She doesn't care about that violence. She doesn't care about the violence of the Free Palestine protesters and in cities around the country or in college campuses. She doesn't care about that violence. She only wants to focus on that the one example that she wants to bring up. But unfortunately, Murdoch didn't realize that the ball was on the tee.
Donald Trump has suggested our enemies are not within. We are in America.
Some of them are, because you've let them in the country across our border. You don't think some of those Chinese nationals, the 130,000 Chinese nationals that have come across the border that they've documented? You don't think the, tens of thousands of people from terrorist countries that have come across the border, along with the 600 or the 10 million? You don't think those might be enemies? You don't think the actual terrorist people that they've caught and have documented are not enemies within? And the people letting them in probably could be considered enemies within. But we're not going to play this, we're not interested in getting violent with them. We just want them to stop the bullshit. Jesus Christ.
American people, we don't always agree on everything. But the great thing is that we can have this conversation. That's what democracy looks like.
I admire him for saying that. I'll tell you that,
right
though.
Understood. Thank you for your time this morning.
All right. So
Great
there
to
you
be
go.
with you.
Face the Nation will be back in 1 minute.
Yeah,
Stay
who
with
cares?
us.
Shut up, Margaret. All right. That's it, guys. All these, let me just drop all these in the links today. The various, let's see, do we need that? Do we need that? We don't need that. All right. And we don't need the trending list. Who cares? All right. So, that's our show for today. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. I am just about to drop these links into the chat, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll be a little more organized the rest of the week. My favorite aggregator is out for the week. He's having computer problems, but I'm going to aggregate myself. That sounds weird. That sounded a little saucy, didn't it? Anyway, all right, here we go. Copy today's links. There you go. There are links to the artists we did and the sources that we just we glanced at today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. My name is Dawg Knight, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.